What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where three friends, three amigos, three bambinos come together to talk about nerd shit. My name is Luis Gonzalez, and with me is
Miguel Sanchez
and Deadpool.
And we are back at it again, back from the dead, to talk about Fantastic Four First Steps. Now, I know it's been about 2 weeks since that movie came out, but life's a little bit crazy, and I was a little bit sick, and so now we're here. We're ready to go, and this episode is purely going to be Fantastic Four, so get ready, strap in, and hopefully by now you've already seen this movie, and if not, get in the theater, all right?
Go do it.
Get in the theater and do it.
Give it some money already. Jeez.
Absolutely. Fantastic Four First Step stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Ralph Ineson, and Julia Garner. Directed by our boy Matt Shakman, who was the director of WandaVision. All right, let's just fucking get into it. Initial thoughts. Miguel,
into it and over it.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just going to come out straight away, and I'm not going to dance around this bush, okay? I fucking loved this movie, okay? I thought Fantastic Four. The first time I saw it, I was like, wow, that might be the
Fantastic.
best. I'm not going to do it. That might be the best Marvel movie in a long time. Maybe since Endgame, maybe since No Way Home. But for me, it was just like, let's get back to it. This is great. Then I got a chance to go see it again. I saw it both times in IMAX. Like, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean? And I was just so glad that we saw it in IMAX again. It really punched the second time. And my son and I saw it the first time, and then we took my wife to go see it the second time, and she enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. I just had a great time. There's so many things I want to talk about, but I don't want to cram it all in here at the beginning.
Quick question. Did you like it more or less the second time?
The exact same. I just was like, I had so much fun both times. I mean, the moment that the first time I saw it, the moment that I was on the edge of my seat, I was still like chills and just like I was locked in, like the sit forward in the chair meme still. Yeah. Like I was like, yes, dude, this scene fucking rocks. And I was like looking over, and my son kept drinking water right before the movie, even though I told him, like, you need to go to the bathroom before we go to the movie in there. And he just kept saying no, and he just kept drinking the water. And I just was like, literally, all I have to do is get through this scene. If we can get through this scene and he has to use the bathroom, I can make it work. You know what I mean? But I think I would have told him, no, you have to wait, because I'm not missing this scene again. This is so good. And I'll tell you. Was
it the space scene?
Yeah. I mean, God, what a great scene, dude. I just, not even just the space bit, because you guys know I love Interstellar so much, which I love that, the second half of the chase of that scene. But just like everything, like when they go to see Galactus for the first time, they encounter him. The Silver Surfer is, just this whole chase sequence in space is so good, so good. I know that a lot of people will talk about the graphics. I'm talking about the internet in general. I'm assuming you guys might as well. But I thought both times nothing really stood out. Even the baby, I tried paying attention to the baby a little bit more, and I just didn't really give a shit. I was locked in to this movie. So I don't want to overtalk right now. My initial thoughts is, man, just 2 absolute big thumbs up. It was a great movie.
I thought you were about to say like 2 out of 10, 2 out of 5.
2 out of 4.
I like it. It was fine. Luis, sorry.
Go ahead, Ed. No, please.
Okay. So stretching my memory now, because it has been a minute since I watched it. And I did try and watch it on that one thing, but I can't do the echoey sound design. You know what I mean? It drives me nuts. For a hearing impaired person, it just no bueno. But no, genuinely, I think it was, I could safely say, my favorite Marvel movie of the year. I know we all had varying opinions of Thunderbolts, but this one hit a little better for me. And saying that, like, looking at both films, they're almost very different, and even though they're in the MCU, they're very different. And what I really enjoyed about this movie was the aesthetic, the setting, that otherworldliness, kind of retro-futuristic. I love that vibe. I thought the costume design, the character designs all really worked in that favor. I've mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. It just felt like like a live action Incredibles film, and I know that's maybe like helped with Michael Giacchino's score, which is a lot of fun too.
So good.
But yeah, I appreciated the pace of it. It didn't get lost in trying to set up that world. I think it does a really good job at setting things up as it is and where we meet these characters. I feel like maybe some characters were given a little less than others, specifically The Thing and Johnny Storm, and maybe a bit of Galactus too. However, I still liked all of them. I think Galactus really hit. And we'll get more into him as being like the super being, big bad kind of thing. I also really enjoyed Julia Garner as that's her name, right? Julia Garner.
Mhm.
Yep.
As Silver Surfer. I thought she brought a lot of gravitas to that role in what I don't know a lot about these characters, so and I haven't watched any of the previous movies, so I had like zero to no
Ed,
expectations.
I have to say, I don't mean to cut you off. That blows my mind because it's like, what do you mean you don't know these characters? Like, he stretches, she goes invisible. He turns on fire. Like, what do you need to know?
What I mean? Like, I don't know
I get it. I get
traits and like beyond those powers, you want to get to know the guys.
I think sorry, I'm making a point. I'm sorry, I'm touching on what you're saying.
Yeah, go on.
I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking. As I before the first time we saw the movie, the night before, I made my son sit down and watch Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, the 2000 movie.
Yes.
And he locked in on that. And I think it was super helpful for him to like get an introduction to the characters, like understand who he is. They talk about Galactus in that movie. They talk about the Silver Surfer in that movie. They show off their powers. They talk about Doctor Doom. And it's like, okay, even if it's like, they're not connecting in any way whatsoever, it still like gave him like that intro. So I was just thinking, because you took your kid to go see it, and I was just thinking that was a great way to intro the characters.
Yes.
Yeah, because then he got to sit down and he understood right away. He was like, oh, that's Johnny and that's Ben, and he was calling them by their name,
Yeah.
And it's like off of just one movie. He ate that one up. I think I told you guys he was like playing Galactus in the bath and everything like that. Like he thought that was so fun.
Oh, that's fun.
awesome.
Yeah. He was having a good time with it. So anyway, that just to your point about not knowing the characters, I did find that it was helpful to go back and watch those movies.
Yeah. And maybe I will one day. I don't know.
No,
maybe
not anymore.
I've found my four. Oh wait, I guess I did see the Josh Trank one, which was terrible, obviously. I'll wrap it up. But I did equally enjoy the space sequence, like essentially just when they leave Earth to go into space. Like I love that whole series of events. Like just the docking sequence was really well done. It does a lot of things without overcomplicating it or over explaining it. I think visually they do a good job at kind of just showing what's happening. I mean, I don't have a lot of bad things other than just like I didn't feel as maybe emotionally connected as I wanted to be by the end, but I thought everybody got a good moment to shine, and we'll get more into the details. But that my general thoughts. It was a solid return to form for Marvel, and as a standalone movie too, I think it works really well.
I mean, I feel like I'm just going to echo a lot of what you guys are going to say. I will say the first time I saw this movie, I watched it with the crowd. We watched it Thursday night, opening night at 11 p.m. I was in Comic-Con, and we wanted to watch it before we got hella spoiled because we were just surrounded by nerds, and everyone would be talking about Fantastic Four there.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we're going to work, and then we're going to go watch it at 11. And some of my coworkers liked it. Some of them didn't. And the more as the night progressed, he hated the movie more and more and more and more. And I didn't feel that way at all, but I was like a little bit cool at the beginning. But I've rewatched that movie a couple times now. And the more I watch it, the more I do enjoy it. And I think it's interesting how the audience does because it was very small. It was like there wasn't that many people in the theater. It was just like kind of our group, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But I think I really enjoyed the movie. I think it's a simple, good, clean, fast movie. The pacing is like it's really fast. You know, it gets going right away. It has that nice slow intro at the beginning where you have like this couple and you need these two to have a moment. But then it just fucking goes where it's like, and then immediately you get introduced to Galactus, Silver Surfer. You don't have time to breathe, which is kind of a good thing. I feel like Marvel has been doing this where they're trying to cut down on runtimes for some time, for a little bit now, where they're trying to just chop their movies down. And I mean, we can get more into it if you want. But I like the movie.
No, I want to talk. Let's talk about the beginning. That's a good point. That's a great way to start.
I want to say something real quick
at the very beginning. Yeah, go
about
ahead.
The beginning. I genuinely thought, because I knew, I can't remember how I knew going into it, but I knew that the baby was going to be in play at some point during the film. And I literally thought we had walked in to them just like post bang, because like the first thing you see Reed Richards do is picking up cloves, which I was just like, oh wow, they just like got at it. We just watched the aftermath of their conception of their son, which is cool. It's like new for MCU. That's like really taking a dive. And maybe that's just my horny little mind.
Yeah, you're so European.
He just happened to be picking up cloves off the floor. Like
he was looking for his iodine. All right, that's what he was doing the whole time.
I was just
after a good bang, I like to find some iodine. You know what I mean, to heal myself up. Where's the iodine? Okay.
2 drops of iodine.
Yeah, go round 2.
Anyway, for that, I'm done with my little bit. But I did genuinely think that the first time I watched it. But yeah,
I just to seriously say something about that scene is what I liked about it was the quietness of it, and the fact that they do kind of rush you along after that scene. It was kind of nice to start like quiet.
Yeah.
And I thought the sound design and everything was really nice. It was just like you felt like every time he like clanked the bottles in the drawer and the wooden sound of the drawer coming in and out, I was just like, oh man, this feels like a 60s home.
Production design, style design, music design, basically every aspect of design in this just fucking killed it. And I actually, something about like, I always love first shots, and it's a pretty simple shot, but just that wide shot of like the building that you get was just very, I don't know. It's I liked it. I know it seems simple and people will just forget it, but just the establishing shot of it, you immediately understand like the style, the feel, the grandioseness of the fantasticness of it all, but also the cleanness of it all. It felt grounded in some way in that shot, and then other parts it doesn't. But I don't know, I liked the way that it opened up, and maybe I wish there was a little bit more of those tender quiet moments, the way that I'm going to call another movie that Miguel didn't like, but Superman, when they had Lois Lane and Clark Kent, when they're talking, that 12-minute talking scene, like that's like something, if we were able to add more time to this, I would have loved to just like and have a moment between a couple people. But opening scene, really fun, really glad. You don't want people talking?
No, punch, blow up things. No, I just think I know I said this last time we talked about it, but it's just like we talk about all the time. Like, man, this movie could have shaved 10 minutes, 15 minutes off it, and it would have been really tight. And that is what this movie is. It is a tight movie, and it's like, listen, I made this point last time we talked about it too, but it's like these are the first steps, and we're seeing them 4 years into the journey. Okay, so we're not always going to get those like. This is the beginning of the arc. You know what I mean? And we are going to see the changes throughout Avengers, and then their next telling of their story. You know what I mean?
I guess I would like to see those changes in the movie. You know what I mean? Because I think I'm like echoing what Ed said by the end of it. You don't feel. I mean, I think it's plot wise, it moves great. But at the end, the characters don't have too many arcs, and then you don't feel it as much because what changes have they made? They've just pretty been persistently themselves. And I know they're going to change and have arcs throughout the Marvel series, but it is still a movie and it needs to have that in the movie. I'm saying that I still loved the movie. I'm just, talking about, I love having little moments.
You talk about Superman, you were like, oh, I like that these characters were NPCs. I like that these characters didn't add or change or do anything. I like that they were just there, like the Daily Planet people. And we were kind of like pushing back on that, saying like, that they felt plastic and not really. They didn't really add anything to the story. These characters, maybe you didn't get your like soft 12-minute dialogue scene, but these characters felt real and they felt important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole world like begged them to save them. You know what I mean? These
the only
they are the only
superheroes in this one.
They're not. There's not fucking James Gunn's 39,000 superheroes in one town.
Miguel hates a Supreme pizza.
I hate a Supreme pizza. I do.
Man. He just wanted pepperoni. You know what I mean,
bro? I didn't say I want a pepperoni. Okay, but I'm just saying.
I will say, the thing about Supreme Pizza, sometimes they get like a little too lost in the vegetables, and you need that meat, which I like. I'm like right in the middle. Like I kind of agree with Luis. I feel like a little bit more of that, especially like with the Thing, who you could almost feel like his part of the story was trimmed down a bit, like to a point where he almost felt like a background character.
Here's the thing, though.
Hang on.
No. Then, here's the thing. Okay,
it's the character, the Thing.
If you had watched the original Fantastic Four movie, okay, you would have seen all the tropes of Ben Grimm. Okay, this one they decided we're not going to do the same old. Like let's make him love himself for who he is, just automatically.
That's
you know
fine.
what I mean?
But
and I
like,
it's more than fine. No, it's more than fine. It's great. Okay, it's perfect. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you two.
Oh, okay. Well, you're quite right, Miguel. It's a perfect movie, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Thank you. Finally, you admit it.
What came over me? Nah, I just like I especially with the main characters, because like by comparison, we have to think like at the beginning of Marvel days, these characters would be getting at least 3 movies before, or at least 2.
We would have had 2 already.
Exactly. This would have been the second step, or whatever. But like, and especially with a villain like Galactus, I feel like that's almost like Thanos level.
Here's my thing.
I might be wrong as far as
I don't
like
think
the
you're
lore.
wrong. No, I don't think you're wrong.
No, I just feel like, and you guys have mentioned like he's probably going to come back. And
it would be a disservice if he never comes back.
Right.
That would be terrible, and that would sour the movie for me.
Yeah, if anything, he's just been redirected for the moment.
That's what I think.
Right, and I would have, and I really don't know. Like, I don't need to see an origin story of Galactus either, so I don't really know what I would have wanted more. Just a little bit more of like the humans didn't get, like the humans on Earth didn't actually get to see him because they were shooed underground to the Mole Man. Which I enjoyed, by the way. I'm not dissing that, but in hindsight, like Miguel, for instance, a lot of your critiques of movies of like kaiju's and stuff is that you don't get the sense of fear. And whilst I do feel they built up a big sense of dread and fear leading up to his arrival, I think getting that sense from everyday people would have maybe added a bit more to that.
Can I actually say something about to that point? You know who does that really well is fucking Gareth Edwards' first Godzilla movie. Like, you remember that shot in the trailer when Elizabeth Olsen like sees Godzilla for the first time? Like, yeah, you're like, yeah, that's no.
She takes out her glasses.
But I agree with your point. I do think the thing that I complain about kaiju movies and stuff like that is like I don't like that like wanton destruction of like civilization. You know, like when like in this last Godzilla Kong movie where like the ape grabs the building with the chain and like swings around. It's like, oh my god, so many thousands of people just died.
People dead.
Just like the inertia alone or whatever.
But my point is more of just like the awe and the scale of him. Like, yes, we get to see him up against New York, and yes, he does look very big.
Could have looked bigger. Could have
just like more moments like when he's walking past the Statue of Liberty to really just like add weight to that size. I don't know, but like, and just again talking, I just felt like I was surprised at how much I was enjoying Johnny Storm to a point where I did want a little bit more to it. Though I feel like he
gets his moment at the end.
He got his moment more than The Thing does. You know, like they never go back to Natasha Lyonne after.
Which was a surprise casting when I saw her in the theater. I was like, she's in this movie?
I had no idea she was in it.
I had no idea.
So good.
And it's weird because she's like playing it somewhat straight and her hair is like tame and
yes.
I tell you this though, when she tells him like come inside next time, I was like, Benny, you know. Yes, sir.
She wants to get rocked.
Go. Okay. God, I love Natasha Lyonne. She's
I will say it was
good.
nice watching this movie without seeing a lot of trailers. I think I saw the first one and heard the second one because I couldn't close my ears entirely for the second one in theaters. Because I had no idea how prevalent the baby was throughout this plot. I didn't realize it was like a core centerpiece of it all. I thought it would be like something that happens at the end, and then they're like doing all this while she's pregnant or whatever. But no, it was very nice to be surprised by that in the theater where the tension kept building up. Like,
and
so
kind of an intense way is like almost like a grim fairy tale. It's like you have to sacrifice your baby, otherwise I'm gonna destroy planet Earth.
Now, I give CGI aside because I know you guys had thoughts about that, but I loved the baby.
No, it's a perfect film, Miguel.
I loved.
It's his Wicked.
It really is. It is so. It might be until Wicked 2 comes out.
Until Avatar comes out. What's going to happen with Wicked 2 and Fire and Ash coming out this year? You're going to have to have a hard decision.
And Christmas. Oh, baby. And Sinners was so good too. I
don't know what you're going to pick for your top 5. Number 1.
I mean, that's all of them right there. I mean, that's gotta be like the top 5 is right there. But no, I would say this, like I loved the fact that the baby was in danger. You know what I mean? And like, yes, they're not going to kill the kid or whatever, but it was like, oh shit, like these are high stakes. Like this baby is defenseless. And even though, yes. And even though the baby like has powers and we see that later in the movie, it's not quite like Jack in The Incredibles, right? Where, you know, you can kind of leave him alone. He's going to kind of handle himself.
Yeah.
There was moments where I was like, my understanding is like he kind of like induces Sue's pregnancy. Galactus does, right? Yes. Like he like stares her down and like causes her to go into labor.
Baby. Yeah.
I was the edge of my seat when that happened. And when the Silver Surfer zooms through the ship and like almost touches it. And the way I think I said this, chills down my body when she screams like, Ben, like go, like get out of here. We are in danger. And I loved that sense of like stake. Especially in that scene. And for me, the rest of the movie really locked in because of that. I was like, they are scared of the outcome. The world is scared of the outcome. Right. We all are afraid of what's happening. And I just, oh God, I gobbled that right up. I thought it was so good. I mean,
you're talking about, I want to talk about the world real quick. This Earth is definitely not the Earth we live in, I will say. Because the way that they are able to respond and react to Fantastic Four would never happen in this world, where they ask them, please turn off your lights. We need the energy. Hell no, that wouldn't happen.
Never
we need these resources.
I know my rights.
And then and then the fact that she brings her child amongst a mob of people in this Earth, it would have been war. People would have teared that baby down. And it would have been a horrible scene. I was scared when she was walking out there with that child.
Yes.
And people were just like, yeah, that's fine. You know, just like maybe like a little like, oh gosh, darn it. But this world is very, very good. This is like the good timeline. Yeah.
They were good boys and girls. Because I agree. And I think we kind of talked about it amongst ourselves, but it's like, yeah, that was a kind of a scary moment because, I mean, we think about crowds now and like anything could happen in a crowd. Like
anybody will do anything.
And the fact that they were all they had already stated before she went down there, they all hate us right now. They all hate. Yeah. They all want our baby. And it's like, obviously she's Sue Storm and can protect herself and can protect the baby in the moment. But it's just like until you can't, you know, it's a lot of people.
Well, what happens if there was a riot? How do you prioritize things now? You know, like
exactly. I thought I was on the edge of my seat.
And what? What I do?
That microphone is sensitive. It is like catching all the. Like, wow, he's really
Fucking perfect film. Sorry, I
no. I
don't know
just
how to control it.
I get it. I really bought into this one. It was one of those I just like couldn't help but love. So
Like, I
10 out
want
of
to make
10.
this is one thing I want to say, and I felt it very much after the Superman review, and equally about this one. But what brings me the most joy is that Luis ended up loving Superman, which was his like most anticipated movie of the year, or one of them anyway.
Think so, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like it's nice to be, and then equally with you going into Fantastic Four, and I think maybe your expectations were a little tempered because we all have been with the MCU lately anyway.
Yeah.
But you came out of it loving it because it hit all of those notes. Like watching the film, I was like, man, Miguel's got to be loving this. But like equally, and I enjoyed both films, but like it's like none of us came away from either film. Well, Miguel did a little bit, but like we didn't walk away from these films like cynical. Again, maybe Miguel did with Superman.
Oh,
but
I said I came around to
enjoyed the
Superman.
positivity out of both. Like the great thing about both of them, and in their very own way, is that it did feel like watching a comic book.
Yeah.
First and foremost, like
and you know
looking
what?
back at James Gunn's Superman, it 100% feels like one of these. Like I've got those graphic novels, Ultimates, where you just like you dive into this ready-made world
Absolutely.
of characters, and you're just you're catching up a little bit, but it's a lot here and there, and all kinds of wacky shit goes on. And then equally with Fantastic Four, which is a more singular vision, an A to B through line story.
I love that.
Is so crystal clear, but just like introduces these characters. It's great. I think it's a fine example on both ends of where superhero movies, are kind of at, or what they should be. And in a sense, this is how I felt towards the Batman. I know you guys didn't feel that way about the Batman, but equally, I felt like that was reading a graphic novel. So that's what I appreciate out of both of these films. Is like I didn't walk away hating either one. I got a lot of love for both, but even more so, both of you loved your own.
You mentioned comic books. I want to say one thing. I've said this before, but I don't particularly care for things to be like comic accurate, from like design of the world, the suits, the things like that. Because I think sometimes people get a little too like they won't let go. Yeah, and it's like if it's not exactly this, then it's like.
And that's not what I mean, by the way.
No, but I'm going to make a point.
Okay. I just meant the feel of it.
And it did feel. What I want to say is this. So like Deadpool and Wolverine, I thought the movie was fun, and a lot of people talk about how Hugh Jackman finally got to wear like the yellow and blue the costume. You know what I mean? Right. And while I think it works for the movie, I walked away thinking like I just would not want to see all the X-Men dressed like this from now on. And it's clear like that's what they're probably about to set up. But here in the Fantastic Four, in this world of the Fantastic Four, it felt believable that they would look like that. And if like, for example, if Iron Man flew by in their world, I could imagine him as that like classic 60s retro comic look. Yeah. Like that, you know what I'm talking about? Almost like a silver bullet, but you know what I mean? Or whatever. And I just like, I can understand a more comic book look in this world because it feels right for this world.
Like if you were to introduce the X-Men through this world.
Well, not necessarily, but yes, to a degree, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like if we stayed in 828 and we saw Marvel through the eyes of 828.
Whoa, name drop in the earth. Damn.
I paid attention, you guys.
You love
that was this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just think like I could watch that version, almost like the golden age or the silver age of the comics through the 828 world, because it's believable to me.
Sure.
Whereas like if all the X-Men come out now in the year of our Lord 2026 or whatever they start coming out, and they all look like I'm wearing the red and blue and this and that, I'd be like, it doesn't quite fit that version of Marvel, I don't think. Sure. But anyway, I kind of went on a tangent there. So there you go.
Perfect movie.
A 10 out of 10. Movie. 10 out of 4.
10 out of 4.
Do we want to, I don't know, dabble on Doom?
Yeah, let's do a little dabble Doom.
Little
Doom
dabble.
Yeah, in the mid-credit sequence, we get what's it called? She's reading a book to her little boy.
It's a time jump.
4 years later.
Yeah.
She's reading to Franklin, and there she's like trying to find a new book to read for him. And then when she comes back with a new book, wouldn't you know it, there's Dr. Doom, and we have Franklin touching his face, and we don't see Robert Downey Jr. But the theory around is that potentially Franklin could be healing his face, so now that they can have permission to see Robert Downey Jr.'s real face, and that would be a bummer. So, what do you guys think?
First off, I love that they didn't show Robert Downey Jr.'s face, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. But then it was so clear. It's like, we're not going to pay Robert Downey Jr. to
Actually, it was Robert Downey Jr. though.
But they're not going to pay to have him, like, you know what I mean, like face on screen for this movie.
I see,
you know what I mean? It's like if he
He's
truly
like,
wants to
my
show
body,
up,
but I won't show my face.
Yeah, it's like, listen, Rob, we're not paying you $10 million to come stand here for 30 seconds. You know what I mean? I mean, he was on screen. What's that? Nice. That was good. Was that your Robert Downey Jr.?
No, I guess I sounded like.
I was like, wow, that was interesting.
I guess I have a little Robert Downey Jr. in me.
I liked that they were introducing him, but I kind of liked that there's still this mystery, and we didn't. There it is. You know, we still have Doomsday coming. We still get the big reveal then, yeah. Let's not much to report. I'll tell you this: the scene was good. I was happy that they put it where they put it, but staying for the final scene at the end of that credits, I was just like, "Fuck me, that's a waste of time. I wish I hadn't done it." You know what I mean?
So yeah, no, that one at the very end was, but I guess one thing I wasn't picking up on during the movie. And I did wonder, like, are they going to allude to Doom at some point? I know some variations.
You don't know where he's from.
Right. I didn't realize he owned that country that didn't show up at the UN. Right?
Yeah. Latveria.
What?
What is it called?
You got it.
Latveria?
Bavaria?
It's
Latveria?
With an L.
Latveria.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like the one from Superman, though.
No, that
was
Bulgovia.
That was like
Bulgovia.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Bulgogi.
My favorite thing at Korean barbecue. I'll take 2, please.
So, like, looking at those, I was like, oh, I wonder if they're going to reference that later. And they didn't. So I figured it was like, okay, maybe they'll talk about it. Oh, wait, they don't have a second movie coming out. Perfect film, though. No, I just contextually, I didn't get those references only in hindsight after got on a couple of feature discussions on Reddit. I guess it will be interesting to just see how they introduce this character, like, more formally. I'm guessing Doomsday is gonna kind of be like the Infinity War of, like, he's gonna be the main protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna follow his story more than anybody else's, and then I'll make the switch kind of thing. Maybe, I'm just assuming. But no, it was cool. It definitely delivered on the presence, if anything. Like, oh, what is this? This is eerie, creepy guy, and I hate hooded. Like, I have a genuine fear of hooded figures with masks.
What? Talk more about that immediately.
It's just like something about it has always scared me in films or otherwise. It's just like hooded figures and masks.
Why?
Scary. They're scary. They're just like these motionless, lifeless
like
things
V for
on top of
Vendetta?
real faces. Where you get a little bit of V for Vendetta.
Wow.
Trying to think of a good example. I don't know. Eyes Wide Shut. Those are creepy masks.
Yeah.
My God, man.
The Da Vinci Code, that scene with
Does
hooded
Sleepy
figures
Hollow
and
have
masks.
any masks? No,
No,
it's
but
just
they
covered.
definitely have hooded figures.
They have hooded figures.
Harry Potter, they have hooded figures and masks.
Yeah, when they're sucking those souls. Yeah.
Hooded figures are scary.
That's wild. What do you think about clowns?
I can get by with clowns.
Because some people don't like clowns.
Do you like clowns?
Are trying to be.
I don't care about. I'm fine about clowns. I don't care about them.
I used to want to be one. A clown, that is.
I get it.
That was good.
I get
that
it.
was good. I've never heard. Maybe you have said it. I just don't remember it. But that's such a strong thing to say. Like, yeah, hooded figures with masks. They scare me.
Yeah, or with or without masks, hooded figures are scary. It's like
why? What's under there? That's what it is. It's like
it's just like shrouded and the ghost of Christmas yet to come. And
yes, I was just thinking that too. Yeah, that had just hit me too.
Guy, I don't like that. I don't know. The ring wraiths from the Lord of the Rings. Those are scary.
Well, yeah, those are scary. They
gave me nightmares. Yeah.
Wow.
No. I like Luis. Who doesn't like a good old-fashioned movie deformity? So if we're just going to be looking at Robert Downey Jr.'s face the whole time, that might be a little disappointing. I want him to fuck it up a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of lose the plot here if it's just like another Iron Man and he's got his face and it's like, all right, well.
And a shaved head, but slightly more tanned.
Well, because he's from Latveria,
From Latveria. Yeah, Mm-hmm. Okay, well, yeah.
Hey, Fantastic Four, we all loved it. A great movie.
Do you think we'll see Silver Surfer again, right?
Yeah, again, yes. Yeah. There's no reason why we should. Oh, I did want to say something about that real quick. I meant to say this earlier. There's all these people on the internet like, they made her a girl. You know what I mean? But I thought like this was it mirrored Sue Storm. Like that was the whole thing. They were both mothers and they both did something, they
made a choice.
They both made choices. Yeah. And so they parallel each other at different points in the movie. And it's like, this was so purposeful and it actually mattered. And some people will just be like, oh, they just made him a girl. And it's like, no, it actually served a purpose in this story.
Yeah.
A mother chasing down another mother for her baby. Like that's scary. It
was scary. I thought they did such a good job at presenting her and her abilities in this film, even if you don't fully understand it. It just I like the look of her. I liked just the role she played in this film.
I'm not sure I ever said this out loud, but I fucking love the Silver Surfer, like in general, like just like the idea, the Silver Surfer, and then also in DC, Dr. Manhattan. I just love the idea of like being able to like instantly travel through space. The blue guy, Dr. Manhattan, but
from
the Watchmen.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of Silver Surfer like on this board, like flying through the cosmos and like has all these like cosmic abilities and can be whatever he needs to be at any moment. I think that's so cool. And so I dig the Silver Surfer, and I kind of realized that as I was watching the 2005 movie and this one, kind of back to back. I was like, damn, the Silver Surfer fucking rocks, dude.
I dug it. It was definitely one of my favorite characters coming out of the film. But yeah, right. Perfect film. I will say definitely just like one of the better looking Marvel films out there.
So gorgeous.
Like I love the costume design. I already said it, I think, earlier, but yeah, it really stands out as a really good, grounded, visually appealing film. That's all I gotta say about
Fantastic Four comes out in VOD in 3 months. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting.
I was gonna say they already announced it.
I was so sad.
I think the next one, the next Marvel movie is going to be Spider-Man, which we're starting to see little leaks twinkle around, seeing him flying around.
Certain subreddits.
I think this one I'm not going to hide myself like I did with Superman or Fantastic Four. I don't know why. Some of them I just feel it out. If there's a teaser trailer, I'll watch them. I won't actively go looking for all the clips, but if they come upon me, I'll receive them. I won't look away.
Maybe because it's like Spider-Man we've seen so many times. You know what I mean? Like there's we all know, we all get it. You know what I mean? And like, I guess the only thing is like if there's a set piece or something you don't quite want to see, you want to, but it's like, you
but
get
these
it.
two were breaking ground as far as like everything. You know, we've never seen a Superman this way. We've never seen a Fantastic Four this way, and just going in fresh was kind of the way I wanted it to go. So it's and Way of Water. I mean, came out last 2 years ago, and Fire and Ash comes out this year. So tune in for Avatar. But enough about Avatar, enough about Fantastic Four. Let us know down in the comments what you thought of the Fantastic Four First Steps. Tune in next time. The Fantastic Four Second Steps are released in 2028. We're going to talk about what we're into. Ed, you watched King of the Hill season 14.
Yes. The latest
the reboot.
Yeah. Straight to Hulu this time. And it's 10 episodes long. I've already watched all of them. They came out Monday. Man, I did not expect it to be quite so good.
Wow.
Sincere. Like, I feel like I'm echoing a lot of what so many other people are already saying about it, but it's like one of those rare reboots that feels relevant, but also and topical, but also true to the nature of it, the original series. Like, all of the characters stay true to themselves, but we're just seeing them in present day environments and situations. Like, they deal with alpha males, they deal with the pandemic, they deal with and not like it's a COVID episode, but it basically starts off with Hank and Peggy coming back from Saudi Arabia, where Hank worked as a propane salesman over there for a while. And the neighborhood has changed a little bit. They missed the pandemic in Texas, but they're coming back to it. And Bobby is all grown up. He has his own restaurant, and it's just kind of like getting reconnected back with the alley, the neighborhood, or whatever. And just kind of picking up on everybody's life. And but it's done just so astutely. I think because it's on Hulu, they get away with being a little raunchier than they used to be. Like, there are some, cuss words and beeped out cuss words here and there, which make it a little bit more fun and surprising.
Ed loves a beeped out F word.
At the right moment, it really hits better than like an actual F word. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Situationally, it could be hilarious.
I bet you were wheezing at the show.
You know what? I didn't have like any major like windy laughs. Windy laughs. That's a weird way to put that. Just like, but it was like just good, consistent King of the Hill, and it just felt of a piece with the rest of the series. I admittedly there was like a falling off point when it was going back in the early 2000s, where I wasn't keeping up with it quite so much. But I love those earlier seasons. But this one is definitely right up there. It has some, genuinely sincere revelations throughout. Obviously, we lost two of the actors in recent years, including the actor who plays John Redcorn. I'm blanking on his name right now. And the actor who also played Dale Gribble.
We also lost what's her name?
Oh, and Brittany Murphy, of course.
That was a while back.
Yeah, that was,
I know, but we still lost her. Okay.
You're right. I know, you're right.
So
John Denver also.
But they do a good job at honoring them, as well as again, without being like trying to take away from their characters. They still have their moments in this. Not Luann. Luann doesn't make an appearance, and rightfully so, I guess. But yeah, no, it was really good. I would recommend it if you're like even just like the slightest fan of King of the Hill. I thought they did a really good job, and yeah, I just enjoyed it thoroughly.
Just to tag on to what Ed would say, as someone who watched the original King of the Hill and who has watched part of this season now, I would tell you don't watch it. It's dog shit. It's like the animation is terrible. Dale Gribble, the fact, I don't know if it's another actor or what they have you doing his voice. It is so off-putting. It does. It's like, it sounds like someone who is like in a closet almost,
trying
it's like
to do
getting
an
it, almost
impersonation.
getting it right through the door. And you're like, it kind of sounds like him, I guess,
Yeah.
you know? And so it really throws me off. No, the animation's not dog shit, but there was a couple of things I was like, oh, this feels weird. Like, you know, when your grandparents, you know, have the fucking HDR thing on the TV, whatever, the smooth motion thing.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, it doesn't look like that, but it gave me that same feeling. I was like, oh, what are we doing? You know, like, animate this like normal. Go back to the original way you were doing it. No, I just think it's one of those things where it's like it's taken me a while to kind of. I've only seen 2 episodes, but it's giving me a pause to like. I have to kind of remind myself like, okay, they've aged them all up. That you have to kind of like get on board, you know?
Yeah. I will say, like 2 or 3 episodes in is where it finds its footing.
It'll hit a stride, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, it was kind of like a reintroduction to place and time, with obviously a bit of a time jump from when they finished the first time.
In the original show, I remember not liking Peggy, even though like that's the whole point. But in the second episode, the beer episode, I'm glad they ended on a good moment. But I just really did not like Bobby throughout that entire episode. I was like, Bobby, you were being such a fucking like. I'm trying. That's a snob, but I'm trying to think of the right word for it. But it's just like, get the fuck over yourself, you 21-year-old little boy. Okay, like
I was surprised. I thought you would have been on his team because he was like rooting for the Hawks.
I'll tell you this. First off, yes, no, on a beer level, yes. I thought, I don't want the alley beer, and I don't like an orange in my beer, but when you see his beer, it's got this beautiful rosy red color to it. And I was like, "Ooh, I'd drink me that beer, man. Hell yeah, give me that beer. Like that looks good.
Is it hot in here? I just need a smooth beverage to wash it down."
But yeah, no, I was just like, "Oh, come on, man. Like that's your dad." And just to be like the cockiness of like when you grow up and you start to think like you know a little bit better than your parents, you know?
Sure.
Which of course there's a little bit of that. To the truth,
but there's also like the stubbornnness of parents.
Yeah,
too.
that too.
They're just like, well, we've been doing it this way for however long. Blah. But yeah, that's the fun thing about King of the Hill is they always paint all these the different perspectives, the different sides of the fence. You know what I mean? It's just like
they're all on one side of the fence.
Yeah, they're just kind of like they're like a conservative family, but you got Bobby, who's kind of like he's always been like the artistic one, the more outgoing one, whereas Hank is just like he hates like emotion and hugging his.
Was Bobby in Saudi Arabia, or was he in college?
No, he stayed. He didn't go to college. He opened his restaurant.
He opened a restaurant, okay.
Right.
And can I ask you this? In that first episode, because I've only seen 2, in that first episode when they're at the cookout in the backyard and Bill finally comes out of the cave and he knocks over Bobby and Bobby drops all the steaks on the ground. Did you feel the type of way about that? The first thing I thought was all that steak on the ground. No. Just covered in ants right away, I assumed.
Yeah, no, that hurt a little bit. Because Bobby got some good stuff right there.
I know, yeah, because he's you as a 21-year-old, Ed.
Yeah, sad.
You didn't think about that, did you?
No.
You were never that pudgy.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'd beg to differ, but yeah, all right. Nice recovery. But I enjoyed it. I think, Miguel, if you are even curious
I'll keep going.
I'm not gonna like push it, but it's one of those shows that obviously it's back after a while. If you were a fan of it then, I think you will be a fan of it now.
Okay.
And it's, I'm sure there will be those people who are just like, they made King of the Hill woke. It's like, no, they stay very true to the character that Hank is. He's old school and conservative, yes, but he also is just like a honorable guy who, he's more about like his beliefs than, trying to appease other people's thoughts and beliefs.
Does he hate his wife?
No. In fact, he even says like, it's like 2 people I love in. Bobby says it. It's like there's only 2 people my dad loves, or 3 things my dad loves. It's propane, my mom, and me. And it's like, that's very true. Hank does do that. He doesn't always show it the way that other people want, but yeah, I think he absolutely does.
I don't know. I hate her, so
God damn it! I don't think she's even. They don't even paint her like nearly as obnoxious in this season. She's a little bit more down. Good. She definitely has her moments, but
I liked when she translates the telenovela to him, and he goes, "Peggy, there's subtitles on the screen. They're not even saying." He's wishing them Merry Christmas, and she's like, "Oh, they got that so wrong."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there she is.
That's why you got to love Peggy. Is. Yeah, exactly.
King of the Hill. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
I'm keeping up with all the hot news stuff. I don't know if you guys are fans of Happy Gilmore, but the Happy Gilmore 2 hit Netflix over the weekend, and yeah, I did get around. I rewatched the original one because it's been a while since I watched that one, and then I watched it, and you know what? It's stupid, but it was a fun time. I got a jolly good laugh at the end. Do you guys care about spoilers of cameos?
I mean, don't.
No. Oh,
but also, if it's like the jolly good laugh, like don't.
It was a jolly good laugh for me just because of how it played out, but it wasn't like a major spoiler. It's literally just a cameo. Eminem makes a cameo in it, and by
the guy from Fortnite.
Favorite... Yeah. Damn it. He makes a cameo as like a son of a previous character, and it was hilarious. It tickled me pink. There are a lot of little funny bits. It is so ridiculous. The story is ridiculous. If a tad long, it definitely could have shaved down on its time. But there are so many cameos in it. You just kind of get the vibe that everybody was just having a good time with it. But there's Travis Kelce, Bad Bunny is in it for an extended role. I was surprised. But he was funny. He was good. He also got a good laugh out of me towards the end too. Steve Buscemi, Margaret Qualley, Eric Andre, Sean Evans, Benny Safdie is the main
Sean
villain
Evans.
Of this one.
The Hot Ones guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Post Malone makes a brief cameo. Guy Fieri, a bunch of golf ones that I don't know.
WWE's Becky Lynch.
Yes.
I only know that. I only know that because she talks about it. This past week, she was making fun of another wrestler. She was like, "You got cut out of Happy Gilmore, blah blah blah," but I stayed in, and I was like, "Oh, you're in Happy Gilmore? Okay."
Spoilers. Yeah. She owns a putt golf or something.
All right, great, good for her. Yeah, I'm glad she's doing it.
Yeah, good for her. But yeah, so if you just want to watch a silly movie and on a wet afternoon at home, and you're a fan of the wet afternoon, Miguel,
I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, raining down on me, and it's fucking.
I mean, don't judge. You know what I mean? If they want to,
don't judge. Can. I mean, maybe that's just what gets me going. It's a good guffaw and a good.
I just don't want to think about being
the dopamine flowing correctly, so you can get the
It's just something about just sitting on a couch moist doesn't seem
so wet.
You don't like watching movies in a pool?
That's different.
I know it is. Having evaporation have at it on your body. You know what I mean? Just straight up evaporating those liquids. That was this week's episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Fantastic Four First Steps. Tune in next week. We're going to talk about some more great stuff. But until then, it's been me, Luis Gonzalez, and with me's been
Miguel Sanchez
and Deadpool.
Until next time, later, Gators.
It's the best one yet.